again and welcome along to Betfair's preview of round 21 of the NRL. I'm Mathew Thompson. Tireless Tim Gilbert's back here. The whips are cracking. It's the business end, the glory-bound rounds. It's great stuff.
Yeah, they are the glory rounds, aren't they? And it's interesting the way the competition's going at the minute, particularly a couple of the sides just outside the 8 starting to get the spinnaker up and sail on home. A couple of teams in the 8 wobbling badly. Interesting few weeks.
Well, the two teams you talk about, Parramatta and the West Tigers. You've got the Cowboys and Souths, but the Cowboys and Brisbane are in reverse at this stage of the year.
Yep.
So, is there a chance that some of these form teams can not only make the finals, but maybe have a bit of an impact in the finals this year?
Oh, without question. Look, Souths are a point out after Monday night's win. They're 21. The Cowboys are 22. We're going to go through the game shortly. The Cowboys have the Titans on the Gold Coast. They've got Melbourne in Melbourne shortly. They've got a really difficult run. South, look, if they can possibly beat the Dogs, and I'm going to tip them as a smoky this weekend, they could be in the 8 by the end of this round.
Now, just before we start, it would be remiss of us to talk about the biggest story in rugby league for a little while. Carmichael Hunt's leaving the NRL to go and play AFL.
Is it all confirmed? Is it all confirmed?
Well, I heard Bruno Cullen this morning saying he'd sniffed around and it's right. Bizarre.
Yeah, well, it's a very, very interesting story. I don't know what his pedigree is in the AFL game.
Apparently he played it as a kid.
Did he?
Apparently. Never seen him kick the ball, have you?
No, I haven't really. I've seen him barge into people. There's going to be a few injured AFL players. Well, all the best to him. Carmichael Hunt, he's had a interesting and checkered career so far. He's represented at every level. Arguably, he should have been playing for New Zealand in the first place, but he seems a nice enough bloke. We wish him all the best.
All right.
I don't think we're going to see a purge to AFL somehow.
No. I think
Ben Hannant playing AFL, I don't think so.
That won't be happening. Now, we've got... I always thought Andrew Johns would be a good little front pocket, but anyhow. St George Illawarra versus Melbourne. What a great way to start the weekend this game is. The Dragons without Matt Cooper and Jeremy Smith and some big ins for the Melbourne Storm. I reckon this is going to be very, very tight this week.
It will be. It'll be fierce, and it's the testing material. Not that the Dragons need to be tested. They're 4 points clear at the top of the table. I still think they'll win. I don't know whether Melbourne have been completely convincing. They've been without stock. I know they've had players missing, but no, I like the Dragons.
Are we doing the wrong thing by just waiting for Melbourne to come good?
Well, not really, because if you look at their football team, they're outstanding pretty much across the park. They've got a bit of an experience in the pack, but go to Slater, go to Inglis, Cameron Smith, Cooper Cronk. It's a good football team.
All right, I'm going to tip the Dragons as well, but I think it might be one of the games of the round. Now, I've just wiped the egg off my face from last week because I said the Cowboys are morals against Penrith. Couldn't beat them, no chance. They put their under-20s on the park last week, the Panthers, and came up with the cash. So having said that, I now think the Titans are morals to beat the Cowboys at home on Friday night.
I think they are for sure. The Gold Coast were very good last Friday night. I know they're up against a Brisbane side that pretty much was, they were out without $2 million worth of footballing talent sitting on the bench. But they were great. Scotty Prince, it's like his own backyard. They should beat the Cowboys, and it'll put the Cowboys in a very, very difficult position. I
should say as well, the prices there, $1.55 for the Titans. The Cowboys, I reckon they'll get right out come game time. Out near $3, that's what I'm going to predict on Betfair. And of course, St George Illawarra, $1.50 the Storm, $2.60, that's where the Friday night games are at. Now, the Canberra Raiders up against the Brisbane Broncos. The Raiders $2.20 at home, outsiders, against the Broncos $1.70. I don't want to really tip here, because I just think with Lockyer coming back, Thaida's back in as well, they can't possibly be as bad as they have been.
Yeah, no, I think they'll win. And they weren't bad last Friday night with players out. The week before they were bad against South Sydney. But with who they had last Friday night, they came back well into that game against the Titans. I think inject a few of these classier players, like your Lockyer's, Thaida's, and there's thoughts that a few of the others might come back as well. I think they'll beat Canberra. Canberra were very poor on the weekend.
Yeah, I know what's happening to the poor Raiders. David Furner's under the pump, isn't he?
Well, it's his first year. He didn't have the best list in the world. They haven't done too badly, but at this stage they're struggling a bit.
All right, then we've got Newcastle up against the Roosters. $1.30 Newcastle. The Roosters $4.30. I took the start with the Roosters on Monday, and I was hopelessly embarrassed. I don't think I'll be tipping the Roosters again ever.
Yeah, there's spoons in. Oh, well, maybe not this year. There's spoons in the cabinet for sure, isn't it? They've convinced us of that, and I think mathematically they've done that. Newcastle to win and win well.
Yep, I'm agreeing with you there as well. The Panthers
interesting though with Brian Smith playing coaching against his new team.
Won't have many boos or hisses.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Coming from both camps, really. The Panthers up against the Warriors. They're flying, Penrith.
Yeah, the pennies.
Jeez, I've been knocking them all year, but oh wow, $1.40 the Panthers. The Warriors $3.30. They'll be winning again.
It's your old alma mater, the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, so I've always got a soft spot for Penrith, so I'm a bit harsh, probably a bit too harsh on them at times.
Yeah, Penrith to win.
They'll be winning easily. The Sharks up against Parramatta. This is a lay-down misère if the Eels turn up. They're $1.40. Cronulla are $3.20, and they'll be smashing them, Parramatta.
Sort of momentum that they're in, that they should win that game. And if you're thinking, what are Parramatta on now? They're on 19 points. They go to 21 points. Cowboys don't win. South don't win, but I think they will. They're right in there too.
Let's go to that game. This is Timmy's upset of the round. Nice odds too. $3.20 South. The Bulldogs $1.40.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think South, they've got a bit of momentum going their way. John Sutton's in outstanding form, and I think you and I have discussed here and off camera, this guy's one of the most talented blokes in the competition. He's got the size, strength and ability that he was imposing himself on football games as a teenager, and now at 24, look, he's one of the best players in the comp. If they can rally around him, they can definitely...
Well, what about the Bulldogs? Are they going backwards a little bit?
Well, they wobbled last week, didn't they? That was a pretty poor loss. I mean, they've beaten the Gold Coast Titans pretty convincingly the week before, but to lose in the fashion that they did last weekend, I know Parramatta were hot, but
yeah, they were in the game.
Yeah, they didn't look like the real deal, did they? Like if South start with that sort of momentum, yeah, I just think South might just get home. That's an upset.
I'm going to tip the Bulldogs, but I reckon it's going to be a very, very good game. Might be a few points in this as well. And then the Monday night, where I'm sensing a bit of an upset's coming here as well from Timmy. The Tigers $2.80 against Manly $1.50. Apparently Brett Stewart's been running at training this morning for Manly. He won't be playing, but he might only be 3 weeks away from a return to the field. And I should say as well, the punters have rallied behind Manly. They're now third favourites, only narrowly, nearly second favourites to win the premiership again.
Yeah, well, they come up against the Tigers side with a bit of momentum too. This will be an absolute cracker Monday night football game. It'll be open, you would think.
Upset.
Tigers.
Tigers. Oh, there you go. Two upsets to round out the weekend.
I'm going to be a rooster or a feather duster, but that's why we're here to make the big call.
You've been going well, though.
Yeah, not too bad. I think the Tigers just to nick home.
All right, well, I'll go with Manly because I'm going to be boring. But they're going good, the Tigers.
Yeah, they are. And look, Tim Moulton going to halfback and Benji having a little bit more room to move.
Is Chris Wellington back?
Not sure.
Is he a chance of playing? I think he might be some chance.
He'd be in the mix, and if he's so it'd be interesting.
All right, tight round overall. Really, there's a few cracking games, a few lopsided ones. I'm going to make the Titans my best bet. In fact, I might have a multi. Well, I might have a couple of separate bets. How about that? Well, I had 3 specials last week, only 2 of them won. I'll have the Titans as my best, and Penrith giving away the start.
That's a big call. I think Parramatta are my best. I think they're playing with plenty of momentum. The Sharks are wobbling, and they've wobbled all year. They've fought hard in a few games, but Trent Barrett's out for the season. I cannot see anything but a convincing Parramatta win. Enjoy your football.
Yes, betfair.com, the place to go. Go and check all the prices heading into the weekend. It should be some cracking footy as we get to the business end of the season.
All that stuff.
See ya.